We've just arrived at our hotel for the night here in
Tissa Maharara. Tissa.
I was going to say Tiramisalada, but it's not.
Tissa Maharama.
Well done, Ed. Well done. And it's beautiful.
It's amazing. Super special.
Absolutely gorgeous. This is Tissa Lake?
Tissa Lake, yeah.
Yeah. And the room is massive. There's air conditioning already switched on, which is amazing. Huge bed. Hey! Which is a lot nicer than the bed we were in last night. It's not as firm. You can be observed through the in the bathroom whilst in the bed.
Super nice bathroom.
All of the amenities. Big shower. I also quite like this as well. Like, they've actually got shampoo and shower gel in these little pots that they just refill. So it means they're not throwing away tiny little plastic bottles all the time, which having been now in probably 30 hotels in the last month and a half, the amount of tiny plastic bottles you see or use or consume for one use is not great. But we've checked in. We're just going to go get some lunch, aren't we? And then we need to get ourselves sorted out for our safari booking.
We do.
Where we're hopefully going to see leopards and bears.
Bears if we're very lucky.
Very lucky.
Hopefully leopards. What was funny was that our driver Dinesh brought us to this hotel thinking he was just going to bring us here for lunch. And when we stopped and we were like, oh, this is our hotel, he was like, no way.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Dinesh does know best.
Dinesh knows best. His number will be down below if you want to message him. If you're coming to Sri Lanka, we'd definitely recommend him as a driver. He's very good, very knowledgeable.
And very friendly and very personable.
I think also because it's off-season, we're like one of the only people here.
As per usual.
As per usual. If you want the quiet time, it's the best time to come.
Come in May.
Just look at this amazing view here. Isn't it absolutely gorgeous? You've got like the pool and you've got the lake in the background. Can't believe we have a hotel all to ourselves here in Sri Lanka. We're so lucky.
I mean, this hotel is really lovely. It's like a 4-star hotel, and they've told us that the buffet lunch and also breakfast is not going to be a buffet because there's very low occupancy. We think we might be the only people here.
Yeah. Oh. How you going? Cheers.
Cheers. This is the second hotel that we've stayed in where we may have been, well, we definitely were the only people in one hotel. And we were in Blue Pillars in Kandy.
Yes, in Kandy. We were the only people there because they weren't doing dinner when we arrived. They said we'd have to go somewhere else.
Yeah. And the breakfast was a case of what would you like? So we described the kind of Sri Lankan breakfast that we like, and they made exactly that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's really interesting being here in the off-season because the only thing that seems to make it off is that it's slightly cooler and it does tend to rain torrentially in the afternoon. So if you're looking for a sunbathing holiday, then it's probably not the place to come. But actually, if you want to explore the culture and nature, and you don't mind paying probably half the price for everything, and potentially being the only people getting private tours and almost private hotels, it's very strange, then actually May is a really good time to come.
I think the price for this hotel was like £50 on hotels.com, and we booked it the day before, so we booked it yesterday. But we used a hotels.com reward night to pay for part of it, so I think it actually ended up costing like £10 for tonight here, which is just beautiful. I mean, I disagree. I think if you do want to come on a sunbathing holiday, you can enjoy sunbathing here, because if you look over there,
just in the morning,
got sunbeds. It's going to be dependent on when it's raining, and it's going to be raining for at least a couple of hours a day.
Yeah,
it hasn't been raining like all day.
No, I mean typically the morning is nice and is like fresher and.
But we've been up in the mountains as well, so in the mountains it's cooler, yes, but I don't think it's cooler on the where we are now, down on like sea level.
Down on sea level, no.
Why don't you share the itinerary that we have for Sri Lanka? So we're here for 12 days.
12 days,
in total, and we landed in Colombo.
And then we went to central Sri Lanka, around the Sigiriya area. So we stayed in Habarana, which is a little bit quieter than staying in Sigiriya, and I think is a little bit more geared towards people who want to stay for a couple of days, whereas Sigiriya is kind of caters mostly for people who want to get up very early to go and climb the rock and then move on.
Yeah, we stayed 2 nights, didn't we, in Habarana?
Yep.
And if you want to see our video from our trip to Habarana and the amazing tree house that we stayed in, then that'll be available up there.
Nice. And then from there, we've done a lot of one-night stays, which I think has been getting to you a little bit, hasn't it?
Oh my god, yes, it has. It has. I'm looking forward to tomorrow staying for 4 nights in one place.
Is that the longest you've stayed anywhere since you left England?
No, I stayed for 4 nights in somewhere in India. It doesn't come to my memory right now. But I haven't done 1 night moving every day for this amount of days in the entire trip. So this is the first time I've had to be like just moving every day as much as, I mean, I did some of it in India around like Mannar, Alapay. That was a lot of driving, like 3 hours of driving a day, moving hotel, but like it was only 2 or 3 days.
See, I think it definitely makes it easier if you have a driver, because it takes a lot of the complication and a lot of the brain work out. If you can try and pack the things that you're going to wear near the top of your bag, then it means you don't have to repack too many times.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if we didn't have a driver, I would have been a bit more resistant to moving every day. So the period that we were moving every day, we did it 1 night in Kandy. So lots of people visit Kandy for going to see the tooth of the Buddha. And there's beautiful botanic gardens there, which I'd really recommend. They're very nice at any time of the year. It's one of the many old capitals of Sri Lanka. I think it was the capital before and then during the period that Britain occupied Sri Lanka. And then another great things in Kandy are the batik factories, wood carving factories, gemstone mines, which are very interesting just to see how people are kind of, I guess, earning their living in that part of Sri Lanka. And then from there we went up into the hills above Kandy, which is the tea growing country. So we stayed 1 night in Nuwara and and it's the kind of highest town in city in Sri Lanka. It's known as Little England. I think we made a video about that.
We did. That'll be available up there.
And then from there we went on to stay in Adams Peak, where I climbed Adams Peak and James stayed in bed and had a snooze.
Claps for Ed for climbing Adams Peak.
Otherwise known as Sri Padaya, which is the Buddha's foot. So we did that yesterday, and then yesterday we then took the train from Naruoya, well remembered. Naruoya to just beyond Ella.
Just beyond, this is the crucial point. If you want to see the tip and why you would stay on beyond Ella on this train, then there's a video also up there or in the description below. Watch it if you're going to come to Sri Lanka, because you will not regret knowing what train to book.
Yeah, and what was super interesting is this particular train you need to ask specifically about when you're booking it. And what was really interesting as well is literally all of the tourists and the entire train got off at Ella, and it just left us to go on to experience the most amazing thing, which is available.
They missed the 9 Arches Bridge, whereas we got to get off the train, get pictures with it. It was amazing.
Yeah.
That was a highlight. That and the elephant safari that we did.
Seeing the elephants playing in the
water.
In the water at Habarana.
Habarana, yeah. So far, those have been the two highlights for me.
Nice.
Elephant safari and the train journey. What
Yeah.
have been your highlights, Ed?
Yeah, I think for me, probably the same as you. I also really enjoyed and appreciated the Ayurvedic massage on the first day when we arrived. So been a very long day of travel, and it was really nice to have a massage, and I totally fell asleep and ended up snoring really loudly. That was really wonderful. Watching the sunrise at the top of Sri Padaya, Adam's Peak, was very, very beautiful yesterday. It was so peaceful and calm, and I was so lucky with the weather because there wasn't a breath of wind. It was really warm, even as the sun came up at just before 6 a.m. And yeah, being able to hear they have like a ceremony they do at sunrise at the top, so being there to witness that was really lovely and very special. And just sharing little moments with other people around me, mostly Sri Lankans, was just really nice. Not even being able to speak necessarily, but just, you know, nodding gazes and eye contact, like acknowledging what was happening, was super nice. Now we're in Tissa.
We're going to do a leopard and
maybe a bear
safari, which is what the area is quite famous for. We're only here for one night, but then after that we are then heading down to the coast, aren't we? The south coast next.
We're very close to the coast here. We're maybe 20 kilometres.
Yeah.
So our final stay, really, or second to final stay, will be in a really nice beach resort in the southern region.
Which I'm really looking forward to. Relaxing, being able to unpack my bag for the first time in like 5 days, and just chilling. We can get the train quite easily from where we are. But anyway, that'll be in the next video. And then we've got one final night where we're staying in Colombo Fort.
Near Colombo Fort, yeah.
Yes. So we can check out the capital of this great nation. And then it's time for us to move on. So that's our itinerary for all those that are interested. If you've skipped this bit, then you're not listening or watching this anyway. So I have experienced what fish and chips are like in India. What are fish and chips like here in Sri Lanka? Let's have a look. So you've got they've made it into like two little eyes with the limes and the olives here, and it looks like the fish is individually grilled. So check this out.
It's fried to me.
It's like, it's fried. You've got the chips, and you've got some tartar sauce and ketchup. So let me dip this in some ketchup. This is nice. It's got like the batter is a bit more like what you get back in England.
Interesting.
I had like a breaded one in India.
Okay.
And it's does it say it was kingfish on the menu? But it's definitely a white fish. I actually quite like that they're in bite-sized pieces, so you can just grab them one at a time. Let's have some chips. Standard chips. Nice. So I think fish and chips in Sri Lanka are slightly above fish and chips in India. We've got another 20 countries to try fish and chips in though. So let's see if any of them can beat the UK. Interesting, is that like chickpeas?
Yeah, yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing you try this garlic and how it is. Very, very brave, Ed. So you just have the clove. Is it spicy?
Not much spicy, little. One piece is right.
It's nice, good for you.
Okay.
Garlic's very good for you. Dinesh?
It's soft.
Yeah.
Has it been in water?
No, it's fried with oil.
It's fried with oil.
Oh, it's been fried. Wow. How was that? little thing. What's it called?
Red guy.
Very complex name. Look at this, it's like creme caramel.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing, thank you. Oh, thanks. This has got treacle and then the curd underneath. Is it good? Oh! Wow. It's definitely different to what we've tried so far.
Yeah, really
It's
good.
really, they're like treacle's very sweet.
Sweet.
Yeah, but then curd's very light as well.
Wow, this is so good.
Yeah. Just look at it. And then all the treacle falls down to the bottom. It is a little bit like, the consistency is like creme caramel.
It is, isn't it?
Just look at that sun. It actually looks like the sun is like on Earth, just there.
Yeah.
Through that
Isn't it?
image, it's like so bright.
Oh wow. Maybe when you get to see.
Yeah.
Umbrellas.
Nice little trip there into, what's the town called? I can't pronounce it.
Tissa.
Tissa. Just went to get some groceries. Mostly chewing gum and Coke Zero.
And also, chili fried garlic.
Yes. I want to go on this swing. This swing looks fun. Watch it like break under my weight and I just fall in the ocean and fall in the lake.
What is all this?
I think it's actually just something to do with. So fucking hell, that's long. Wow.
Yeah, don't get eaten by a crocodile. Be really angry.
Oh my god. I literally dropped like a foot.
It's like trying to push me into the lake.
I like it.
Be careful.
No,
Is it scary?
it's actually really scary.
Can you see the crocodile?
It's also really lopsided as well. I don't know if I trust this. Like, look how many times it's been tied together. It's not even either.
Funny.
Waiting for the staff to come running out and be like, "Sir, please don't use that. It's not safe." Whee! Do you want to try?
I'm alright, thanks. You didn't sell it to me. So one of the things we just learnt from Dinesh was that the hotel we're staying in is the brand is EKHO, EKCHO, and he was saying that it is a brand that is owned by the government, or at least was owned by the government. It's very interesting. So, socialist hotels. Staying here is making Sri Lanka wealthier.
It is. I was quite scared about that. I did not trust the rope on that not to snap and me fall into the lake, be eaten by crocodiles. Walking all the way along here just then, I've become covered in cobwebs because it looks like no one's actually been out on this pontoon for a while. Just look at this view. Absolutely gorgeous. So we've managed to book our leopard and bear safari here at Yala National Park. We actually made a mistake and we looked on Get Your Guide and we could see that there was some that were being offered for like £45 for 2 people, but when you look in the description it says it doesn't include the entry fee to the park, which is $40 per person. So the price he gave us was $150 and we agreed on $150 because it's pretty much what the price was we found online. And this guy is a friend of our driver. We trust Dinesh, he knows this guy's going to be good. So we have a 5 a.m. wake up tomorrow morning for the safari. Again, like all of these things, it's not guaranteed that we're going to see a leopard or a bear. He was saying it's much harder to see a bear, but he said it is the right season. Apparently there's a type of tree that has a flower that the bear likes to eat, so it is quite likely we might see bears because they are going to be out looking for food. But we'll have to wait and see. No expectations, therefore no disappointment. That's what I learnt on the tiger safari in Kanha National Park. We shall see.
Time is 5:47.
5:47 in the morning, and we're just in our safari truck waiting at the gate to try and get into the park. We're going to do a leopard and bear safari.
What can you see?
Crocodiles over here. There's 4 crocodiles there. So we just saw a leopard up on top of the rock, and it's just moved. There's like loads of jeeps all following it. And there's a little warthog here. Waiting for someone to move. Water buffalo.
We saw elephants again.
there's an elephant again. And what else have you seen?
We saw a leopard.
Yeah, on a rock.
And we've seen warthogs and water buffalo,
Deer,
crocodiles,
loads of peacocks,
so many different birds, storks,
guinea fowl,
green beater.
A little bit of traffic jam and all of the safari cars getting all caught up on the road. I love how there's a peacock just on the roof of the... Yeah. It's almost like it's the leaving party saying thank you for visiting the park. And that's it. Saw so many things.
So many things.
Did you enjoy it?
I did. I'm very sleepy now.
Wow, that was amazing.
So good.
Even though we didn't get to see bears, but
They're very, very, very well to see. We did very well to see
a leopard, yeah, that's true.
First 25 minutes.
It's amazing how much this is the thing I realised when I went on safari in India, is like how things just interact and get on with each other fine.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. No drama.
No drama. And just like that, it's time to go.
Bye-bye.
It was a great safari. We are so tired though. We woke up at 5 a.m. So we're heading now to our next hotel, which we're staying at for several nights, and will be our next video, which will be
all about being at the beach.
All about being at the beach on the south coast of Sri Lanka. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please hit that subscribe button and like it as well. And yeah, we'll see you on the next video.
And if you have seen a bear on safari in Sri Lanka, tell us all about it and share a picture.
Oh yes, do, because we didn't see one and we want to see them. Thanks for watching. Bye.